Hello guys, Michael the X here, and today I'm going to be doing a tier list for Friday Night Funkin' mods. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way in terms of the rules. Rule number 1, the mod must include a unique voice for the mod character in question. Examples like this in terms of no voice are Chris, Delta for Fields of Hope and Dreams, and the Root Buster songs. Chris, that specific mod cannot make it in due to no unique voice from Chris. Second, the mod in question must have a unique background for that character, which pretty much every single mod has, so we don't have to really worry about that. And 3, if the mod is not complete, then it's still allowed, and we're going to go based off its current state. Today is April 23rd, on when I'm making this video. S is number 1, A is, pretty much, this software I'm using doesn't allow me to edit the tiers in terms of the names, sadly, so just know that 11, even though there's 11, that is just for an honorable mention, which I'll go ahead and slide out and in just a second. Which would not surprise anyone if you've seen how Friday Night Funkin' mods have evolved. But this one and number 10 can be interchangeable. But one thing I will say about this list is that this is my own opinion. I want to hear you guys' opinions down below. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I actually just forgot to include one thing. I'm going to base up the whole mod that is available to us right now. So, let's say that, for example, there were 2 very easy songs, but then there's one extremely hard one that is nearly impossible to beat without a bot. We will not be taking into account, we'll be taking into account the easy songs as well, which would degrade the mod itself. Which is exactly why Witty is the honorable mention for this list. Witty is actually quite interesting. He was originally the number 10 until Sky came out. And then other mods started surpassing him, but then I replayed those mods and they were easier than Ballistic. And Low Fight is what ruins this mod. If Low Fight was just a little bit harder, it would actually be at number 10, while Sky would be number 11. But again, these 2 are interchangeable depending on which one you think is harder. Now, let's go ahead and get Sky in here, who is our number 10. She just barely made number 10 over Witty, simply because her second song is harder than Witty's second song. While Manifestation, or Manifest, is harder than Ballistic, but Witty's first song, Low Fight, is harder than her first song. But it depends on which one you think is harder. Now, let's go ahead and... Sarv is actually not that difficult. The only part that's difficult is the new notes for the final song. For her, which I know some people are like, who just noticed, why is Ruv here apart from Sarv? Sarv is, the reason why, really quick, is that Ruv is so much harder than her final song. And I will get to that later. But, yeah. Now let's go ahead and move over here. Of course, a Sans mod was going to be on here. Come on. It's fucking Undertale. Undertale is going to get to so many mods into Friday Night Funkin'. It's just natural because Undertale and Friday Night Funkin' are 2 very popular games. And this one is the only one that I found aside from a Week 6 replacement mod that gives unique notes. Unique voice sounds. Even though it's just a higher pitch and lower pitch version of his normal voice, which is Patrick's voice. The first song for this one is not too difficult. In fact, that one I beat on my first try, which is Stronger Than You. Then, Megalomaniac, the second song, even though it's just Megalomania, is harder, but it's actually quite easy compared to all the other Megalovania mods, which cannot make the list due to not having a unique Sans voice. Then, the final song, Reality Check, which is Reality Check through the School, and Skull, is actually pretty difficult. It's hard, like, overall, Sans is harder. Do I think Sans' songs individually are harder? No. But Sans' songs overall make him higher than all the other ones. Going based off this rating. But if we're going based off overall, then Sans would be number 10. And Sky would beat him easy. While Witty would also be higher. But again, I'm going based off the overall mod that we have right now. Then, the next one is X Kara, which is from Underverse. Now, like Ruv, Kara and this version of the Sans, the first one that you see, are from the same mod, but I separated them since they were released individually. This one was because of that specific reason. The singular song that Kara has is Heart, which doesn't impact the ratings. If there was any other songs with this Kara, and they were easy, while the final one was hard, then that would not impact this list in the slightest. But but the song that Kara has is overall good in terms of difficulty, which is why it is my number 6. Hold on. I actually had an extra one. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. Okay, no, I'm fine. Hold on. Okay, yeah, there's 6. Good. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to number 6. Hex. Hex's overall songs, aside from Glitcher, are very easy. But they're harder than all the other songs that are easy on purpose. And then the final one is hard. In fact, Witty's final song is not even the hard one. Because he has another song right afterwards, which is called Encore. Which I'm also counting, which is actually a harder version of the first song and the second song combined, I believe. Going based off the notes. Which actually is counted. And this is one of the... and since there's 5 different songs, even though only 4 of them appear in the week, that actually allows Witty to... that way. Hex to go higher. I don't know why I said Witty. Oh yeah, if you guys notice, there's no B-sides. B-sides, I also think, are kind of bullshit for this set of lists, because they're just harder versions. They're the exact same songs with a few more notes. So they don't count. Otherwise, this whole list would be B-sides, aside from Matt, who would be number 10. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to number 5, which is Zardy. Zardy, I'm sorry for the bad image right there. I couldn't do much better with that. But Zardy, his mod is overall, his one singular song is the same reason why Kara ranks so high. It's hard. During the beginning it's easy, but then towards the middle it starts getting very difficult. And then towards the end, it's very quick. Faster than Ballistic. And Ballistic, for anyone who is not good at rhythm games, is the hardest thing that anyone could do. Now, let's go ahead and get to number 4, which... Trixie. I said Trixie by accident. Tricky. The reason why Tricky is at number 4, even though his mod is not completed yet, the reason why he's here is because the 2 songs, Impeccable Quest and Madness, are really difficult. And I'm including him because some people will be like, wait, where's Trix? Where's Tricky? Where's Tricky? Otherwise, Liddy would have been number 10, and every single other character would have been bumped up by 1. But I'm including him for your guys' sake, and yes, his current 2 songs are top 5 material. Now, Ruv. Ruv is, well, do you see the engine that they chose to do with Ruv? It's very hard. It's harder than the final song of his mod. His song individually is harder than the entire mod that he comes with. Because of how they did it. They decided, okay, instead of making him... instead of making his engine the exact same as the other ones, they decided to develop him with the old engine, where you cannot do double notes. And yeah, that fucks you over, because most of his song is double notes. So you literally cannot miss a single one, otherwise you're dead. And that's why I think this one is so hard. Okay, instead of revealing number 2 or number 1, which some people are probably shocked that this version of Sans is so high, this Sans is incredibly hard. Which, which, he's also a singular song. But he's connected with Kara, in terms of the mod itself. Which is the same situation with Starvet and Ruff. Those 2 are connected in the same mod, but I separate them because of the difficulty, or since they were released separately but then combined by the creator of the mod. And Ruv is specifically because of the engine, which makes it hard. Otherwise, I would have put them in the same tier. Anyways, Ink. His notes are incredibly fast, and it's a singular song. Matt. He has 3 songs. All of them are fast notes, but it's only the last one that is hard. Which also is another reason why another mod, in particular, the Hasei Niku mod, cannot make it. There's actually 2 things that one breaks, since there's the rule. One is unique voice, and 2... Actually, no, she only breaks the unique voice one. What am I saying? She only breaks the unique voice one simply because of her voice is simply the same one from her songs. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about these 2 again. Which, in my personal opinion, if we were going to base off the whole mod itself, Matt would be harder, but if we're going to base off there, but since the other 2 songs, even though they're fast, there's not that many notes, that makes Ink a little bit harder in that regard. So these 2 are interchangeable depending on which one you would say. In my personal opinion, I would put Ink above Matt only because Ink has more notes for every single song aside from the final one. And like I said, I'm going to base off the whole package that they go with. Which, if we're going to base off of that, then I'll go ahead and rearrange it once I'm done. Well, just to show these ones, if they were together, counting every single one. For the separated ones. Which, yeah, this is going to be my ranking. Let me get that out of the way. Yes, an Undertale fan character beats Matt. This freaking app doesn't want me to put Ink at number 1. Okay, there we go. But if we were to combine them, then... Hold on, let me go ahead. This would be the tier list if we were to combine them. But again, the tier list is... Alright. Hold on, let me go ahead and put the tier list back together. There we go. Wait. Let me go ahead and do some last minute arrangements if there's something I don't agree with. All of a sudden. Yeah, no, this is perfect actually. This is my personal opinion. Witty's only here as an honorable mention, which, yeah, I plan on doing an updated list in a few months after, like, let's say until after week 10 comes out. Unless they plan on doing the whole game instead of just doing the individual weeks releasing them. Which, if that's the case, then I'll do, what, 3 or 4 months later? Which, all these songs, I'd recommend you check out. They're incredibly good. And I'm not just putting these on here based off bias, because there's only one song on here that I don't like. And that is it specifically the reality check skull from Sans, right here. I don't like his final song, yet he still counts for this list because of the difficulty. And yeah, this is my list. See ya.